So we all know the value and the importance of vacuum sealing. The major manufacturers do it. It's the way that food stays fresh before you get it home to you. Well, how would you like to lock in freshness, lock out freezer burn, build the bag any size you want it, and instantly and immediately right on your countertop whenever you want to vacuum seal anything, whether it's meats or coffee grinds or emergency supplies with earthquakes coming our way and hurricanes on their way here. Today, you get the first chance ever to shop for the brand new Countertop GeniusVac from Debbie Meyer. If you've counted on her for freshness for years, this is her newest, latest, and greatest innovation, and it's on sale as part of its launch special opportunity. $10 off for its launch, free shipping and handling, 4 flexible payments. You get 2 food storage rolls to go along with your purchase, but of course you can order more with us tonight while you're ordering. And Debbie's gonna show you how this works for absolutely everybody, and it's a powerhouse of a vacuum sealer.
I was very excited to do this. Now everybody knows my handheld vac system. That is wonderful, but it has bags that are limited in size. You get a quart-sized bag or a gallon-sized bag.
Right.
So you can't really change the bags. And that's a great one for on the go or for opening and closing and all that. But people wanted to be able to make their own size bags. So whether it was a whole fish or it was one piece of corn. So that's how you freeze food and you eliminate, you have to form a vacuum if you want to eliminate freezer burn. This is the unit. You have a choice. You can have it in blue or you can have it in black. But they both come with their own set of rolls. These are 10-foot rolls of 11-inch wide or 8-inch wide. But there's also additional rolls available, obviously, so because you want to keep going. So here's the set of the 2 rolls. This is the 11-inch wide, but now it's 28 feet. And here's the 8-inch wide, and that is 20 feet. And those boxes come with their own little zipper, so you can cut your own size bag right there on the box. So come back over here to this unit, and I want to show it to you. Now, this is an electrical unit. On it, I'm going to show you a few of the features. This is a bag cutter as well. So what I usually do is lay the bag roll behind it and just do this and cut my own bags. This is where you release the vacuum. This is the on button. That's all there is to it. There's a heat strip, and there's the vacuum well. You can make your own size bags. Excuse me, I'm getting a little hoarse. And I'm going to start with something that you won't do, but it's to indicate to you how strong this is. You simply open it up. See, I've already made the bags. Now, the bags are simple to make. Let me just do that for you quickly. The bags are simple to make. When you want to make a bag, you want to seal the bottom first. You want to make a bottom. So you see that black strip there? You just put the bag material up against the black strip, not into the vacuum well, and you close it. And you just push on those 2 little things where it says press to close. That's how simple it is. You push the button and it'll turn red as it seals it, and then you turn itself off. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it should turn off right about there. Now you want to release this. You'll hear psh, because even though you're just sealing the bottom of the bag, the vacuum is still working to pull it closed. You put your thumbs here, and there's the bottom seal on the bag, right there. Now I can cut that bag to any size I want, fill it with anything I want. I already did, in the interest of time, I already pre-made some bags. But let's just do that silly can demo, right? You put it in this time because the bag is already made. See that well in there? Between the 2 rubber strips? You're actually just gonna put the opening of the bag in the well. That's all you have to do, and close. Again, push with your thumbs. Push it on. Obviously, this is a large bag that's really full of air. The can itself is full of air, so it's going to be pulling all of that air out. You don't have to do anything. You can walk away.
That's what I love, too. You can walk away. You're not holding any button down. You're not coming up with any perfect system. It's all there, and it's doing it for you. And it sits right on the countertop, so you'll remember to do this right when stuff comes in from the grocery store.
It's also small enough to fit in a drawer.
Yep.
It's small enough to take with you if you have an RV. Look at this. That's showing you how strong that vacuum is. It's going to pull out every bit of air. Now, when that button turns red, it means it's actually sealing the bag. Once it's sealed the bag, there's a little whoosh, and you open it up, and there's It made a seal all by itself. That's a heat seal.
So Debbie.
So that is a vacuum seal.
I've got a rave about what you showed me. Do you mind? May I?
Yeah, of course.
I mean.
Look at the size of that bag.
Hello. Any other way you'd be able to do this? Anybody that catches their own fresh? Anybody that goes and picks up from the local seafood place? Anybody that buys the entire fish, half the cow? I mean, look at the alternative.
There's the alternative. When people buy a fish and they bring it home and put it in there, that's freezer burned. It is ruined. It is not edible. This is the difference. It is sealed. There is no air in there. I have to stand it up because it's so big. But let me show you. We're talking about real money savings, right, Brett? So what's the biggest waste of money people do in their freezers? Steak. That's real money. Now, you see all that crystal there? This is not just cold. This is ruined because what freezer burn is actually the molecular change of the protein. All the moisture has been drawn to the surface of the meat and then frozen. The moisture never goes back in. So think chapped hams. When your hands get really cold in the wintertime and they're dry and there's almost nothing you can do to re-moisturize them, think the meat. That's the same thing. All the moisture has been drawn out of it. So the difference is you can have this or you can have this. Look at that meat. You know, as soon as it comes out of the freezer, strangely enough, this studio is warmer than the freezer, but it feels like a freezer to me out here.
And don't forget, these bags are resealable.
Yes.
You could do one steak at a time. You could take them out 2 at a time. You could put them all together in one because you customize the size of the bag. But once you've built the bag, you can cut it open, take it out, reseal it, reseal it, reseal it. The rolls that you buy, the supplies that you have, they'll last way longer than anything else you've ever used before. And it's just the easiest system that you've ever created.
It's so simple. Okay, if you go to the grocery store and you buy chicken in a bag, you see all that frost? You can't even see the chicken. That is the freezer burn. Look, that is the moisture from the chicken that's actually frozen on the surface of all that chicken. Don't do that. Buy fresh, separate them into bags, and then you just vacuum seal them and put them in the refrigerator. And I like to break them up. I'll buy a big, there's only 2 people in my household, but we'll buy a big tray of chicken breasts, break them up into 2s or 1s or whatever, and line these up in the freezer, because maybe one day I want steak and he wants chicken, or I want fish and he wants chicken.
So you've got a lot of really good ideas in there. What else can we use this for?
You can actually, if you want to have summer fruit.
In winter?
In winter. If you put your strawberries in a bag like this and freeze them, and that's what a lot of people do, you're going to have freezer burn strawberries that taste like nothing. These are fresh sealed berries right from the field. I took them and froze them so that I can have fresh strawberries in the wintertime. You've also got the ability to make, I like to make smoothie packs. All I do is put the fruit in it. Sometimes I even freeze yogurt in there. I can empty this into the blender in the morning, and that's perfect. Cheeses. I said we're ready to go for holiday. I keep frozen cheese trays ready. It takes you 5 minutes to defrost this, and you're ready to entertain.
So Debbie, I want to talk a little bit about some of the non-traditional uses for a vacuum sealer. You know, right now, obviously, we're very concerned about Irma here in Florida. There's a lot of people out in Texas, and you've created some really interesting ideas for us over here. If you guys wouldn't mind coming for a moment, you know, you start to think about what are the things that you want to store and protect right now. A lot of us are getting ready to evacuate. If you could create a barrier that your important documents were completely safe and stored in wet weather, in floods, first aid kits that you can travel with and that make it through whatever storms may or may not be coming. You know, all of this stuff, your vacuum sealer goes well beyond just freezer burn. Absolutely. And, you know, here it is like disaster relief or even just going on a trip in the car. Because I do have grandchildren, and believe me, if there's a knee, it's scraped. So you want to have stuff available. But, you know, if you go out on a boat and stuff gets damp and wet and all that stuff, what good is it to you? Another thing I love it for, and this is something else, in the bad weather too, sometimes, you know, you try to store your kids' clothes for the next kid, or even your clothes or your packing or whatever, and it gets mildewy and damp, and you know, you're going, ugh. So look at that pile right there. Everything there is in this flat bag.
And you can be, for the next kid, maybe you want to save clothing. So you can mark it with the size and say, oh, this is 6-month-old. I can use that in the next 6-month-old. So these are all just ways to use it, whether it's cheeses. Look at how tightly packed those cookies are. If you want to ship cookies to somebody, you do cookie swaps and whatever, these aren't going to break like when they bang around against each other. I pack packages of them side by side in boxes. There's my peas for my green pea soup. You can even put whole plates of food in here. I've done this when I don't know when someone's coming home, right? But I want to have a full plate for them. So it's cheeses again. Here's the set that you're going to get. You're going to get my sealer. You're going to get 2 rolls of bags, so you're sealing right out of the box. And on this box, you'll see lots of pictures of ways to use it. And again, I would like to show the tape again because there are lots of ways to use this that we can't really do on the table. So there you're looking at, you just saw corn, there's steak, there's that whole salmon being sealed up. Whether it's cookies, it's all kinds of fruits and vegetables. There I'm doing the smoothie packs. There's hot dogs. You open a package of hot dogs and you know how slimy they get?
Oh, yeah.
If you don't freeze them real quick. So look at all these things. I like to also do a whole bunch of chopped vegetables. I get them into one of my bags, I vacuum seal it and put it out in the freezer because when I'm ready to make a stew, I'm not necessarily in the mood to chop everything ready.
Exactly. So, now, also don't forget if you want to order the additional rolls, we have them available in 2 sizes. You get both sizes in your original order, but if you want to order either the 8-inch roll or if you want to order the 11-inch roll, those are the widths. Those are both available for you to place an order right now. The item numbers and the information is on your screen so that you've got the backup supplies and are set and ready to go. Debbie's been here for 11 years, so we will always have these rolls in stock for you for future orders. We'll make sure that they're stocked here for you. But it's a wonderful way for you to really hold on to everything and never worry about freezer burn and to preserve the long life of coffee grinds and summer corn and, you know, meats and vegetables alike.
And you know, you really want that when that red light comes on, it is heat sealing the other end of this bag. So it stops by itself. You release the vacuum and you'll hear whoosh. It's hard here because I can't get close enough for that, but there it is. It's sealed. Now this goes into the freezer. I'm just going to pop it in. This goes into the freezer, and I can have summer corn, and I want it.
And you know, the thing I love, you know, Debbie, she was bragging about how low-tech this is. She's like, you know what, I just want it simple. All the instructions are right on it. There's no guesswork. There's no problems. It says press here. It says press this. It turns red. It turns green. It opens up. There's no, you know, real learning curve to this whatsoever.
But if you need it, I actually made an instructional video. It's on the website next to the product, so you can watch that if you need to. But you see this? This is the bag, and again, I've already made the bottom of the bag. This is a bag of, and I like to buy coffee beans and put them in the freezer because coffee beans do go rancid very quickly. So I put them in the freezer, and I'll take a whole bag out for a week's worth, say. There's a little tiny little clip here. You can see that? If you need to, you can actually slide the side of the bag into that to help it hold there so it doesn't slide around so much. But there this is going into that well because see that knob right there? That is the vacuum. That's what's going to pull the air. So you just go in to make sure it's over the well. You put down the lid. You press where it says press. Press. It's sealed. Start the button. And now, see the air? There's a reason that food manufacturers vacuum seal things. It's because when there's no air in there, it doesn't go bad.
Well, and then the second you open it up, the age process begins unless you stop it over and over and over again with this incredible countertop food sealer.
And I'm going to show you. You don't even need a pair of scissors to open this. I'm going to show you how to open it. See that red light came on? It's sealed, and now it's stopped. There's a whoosh. I'm going to open this. Now, let's say I want to use some of those beans. I've got a slide cutter right here. There's no